I think it's because I'm in the podcast. It tends to happen whenever I stream.
What is happening?
I know that feel.
I'm gonna refresh again real quick here.
Yeah, it's back. I'm seeing it back.
Yeah, you're on the Be Right Back screen.
Yeah. It's Be Right Back right now. That's good.
Ooh.
You should be good. I mean, it looks fine on my screen.
Yeah, should be right.
Everybody in chat, refresh.
All right, guys. So sorry about that. If you're still having any issues, please refresh your screen.
So you heard Roman making a new shield. I heard that they were talking about it as well, but he probably won't go with it. I'm just saying, it's probably not gonna be a thing. I don't think they're gonna get money off of that unless he like puts his cousins and then like The Rock shows up randomly.
Well, if The Rock shows up, that's gonna be extremely random due to the fact that he said he's completely done with it. I mean, yeah, granted he does the surprise visits and stuff, but I don't see it. I don't see it coming.
I think, like, because I don't know much about The Rock, but I know his background and stuff like that. His little surprises that he does, I think he's not officially done with it. Like, as far as him wrestling, he's done, but I mean, that was his beginning area. That's where he got his start, was in wrestling. So, I mean, that's got to hold a spot to where he'll keep coming back, whether it's just surprise showings or if he does make an actual return, he will have some place for it, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if that messes up the cameras. Nope. Okay.
Everything looks good. Should be all right.
Look at the cutie pies. Haha, thanks, Razor.
Not that cute, but you know, these guys are definitely on top of their game. Look at that Wolverine beard, first of all. Who doesn't like that?
All right. So I'm gonna give Jayware the floor.
The floor.
Yep, you have the floor. Talk about whatever you want to go ahead and talk about, and we can circle back to anything if anybody wants more information on certain aspects of the podcast. Just say something in chat and we'll do our best to get back to it.
I just think like we should start off with the biggest news of the week. I mean, Microsoft making the biggest move in gaming history, in my opinion, purchasing ZeniMax and all of their gaming communities. Bethesda, I mean, $7.2 billion, what is it, like, deal between it all? I mean...
Yeah.
I know we started talking about this just before the podcast, but I've only touched Fallout 76 as far as Bethesda games, so for everything to be coming to Game Pass, I'm excited for to actually dive into.
Really? 76 is all you've really played for Bethesda games?
That's it. And I've even only put maybe 5 hours into Fallout 76. I haven't even beaten the game. I didn't enjoy it because everywhere I went, it was people that are higher levels just kicking me down and sending me back to wherever I began. I was like, okay, well, I'm done. I gotta have friends with me if I'm gonna do anything.
Yeah, man.
What do you have it on? I'll play with you. Just to throw that out
Xbox.
there. I think I still have it on my Xbox. We'll see. I can just re-download it if I need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I mean, get it right now. It's really free.
I bought it for everything like a while ago. So
yeah, I've been wanting to get into it, but yeah, same thing.
Fallout 4. I love Fallout 4. I gotta show everybody my Fallout 4 world that I made.
Yeah.
Fallout's a game you have to play alone. The other Fallout games are definitely a game that you play solo because there are only 4 solo players, but 76 was designed for the mass, for everybody to come together and be like, let's have some fun. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
See what you guys can create in your bases. See what you guys can... Because, like, every mission that I played in the 5-10 hours that I played of 76, there was so many different ways you could play a mission.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it literally comes down to how you play it or you and your group. So, I mean, that's what they were going for, is just what can everybody come up with in their own story. Grab the nukes, drop them, you know?
Yeah. So, for me, I'm nervous but excited for this because in my opinion, I think Bethesda's kind of been on a downhill trajectory over the past few years, right? So I've been playing. I started with Oblivion, so Elder Scrolls 4, and I absolutely love that game. And it's like what you're saying, Jay, where there were so many different ways that you could play every mission that it really allowed you to be creative and to get to make what you wanted out of their own worlds. And then, Skyrim came along. Everybody loved Skyrim, right? They kind of took the formula they had for Oblivion, made it a little easier, in my opinion, a little more mainstream, but still a great game. And then, I spent a ton of time on Fallout 3. It was basically Oblivion, but in post-apocalyptic world, right? And then 4 came along. I liked 4, but could kind of see they're really kind of dumbing the franchise down. In my opinion, 4 was still a good game. And then 76. And 76 was a total cash grab. I mean, if you ask me, it was a great idea. Everybody's always wanted multiplayer Fallout games. And they just kind of took it and said, how can we squeeze all the juice out of it? And at least that's what I see. Because it doesn't feel like the other Fallout games. I mean, the world's there, the lore's there, but that's it. And and I think, it kind of feels like ZeniMax and Bethesda, each of these games are made by individual studios that are under the umbrella. And I feel like a lot of that has come from Bethesda saying, hey, just push it, send it. We need it done. We need to squeeze money out of it. So hopefully, obviously Microsoft's going to try and get their money back on this investment. It was, $7.5 billion? Yeah.
According to the article right there, 7.5. I mean, that's not just from Bethesda. That's everything under ZeniMax. Every single company underneath them. So, that's countless games that are going to be coming. Especially with Game Pass, they've already announced that all the games in the past that are under these companies are coming to Game Pass. And so how many people are going to be going to grab that Game Pass, that monthly subscription, just to play these games for free? Or to just buy them upright, Yeah. It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
They'll get their monies back easily, just from this deal.
Yeah, easily, I agree. And, it's, I could kind of see some of the stuff's they might become Xbox exclusives now. And that's kind of, if they're better games,
money making grabbing right there.
Yeah, I'm a multi-platform gamer. I play PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. It's whatever. So I understand consoles have to have exclusives to sell deals, and we got another piece of news that I'm going to talk about a little later on that highlights exactly why that works. Exclusives, and they suck, right? They suck for us as consumers because that means if we really want to play that game, we got to buy that hardware. But it makes sense. It's how hardware gets sold.
$500 for it.
Well, thank God for this one. Microsoft supports PC gameplay, so.
Oh yeah, right. That's another thing that they've announced is they don't want to just be they will still have their exclusives. That's just normal. But they want to make gaming for everybody, no matter where you are. You can. They just released an update. You can now play your Game Pass games on your iPhones and Samsung phones. The cloud is now available. So they're wanting to extend and be like, how can we get our content out there for everybody as fast as possible? And that's an insane idea.
I think Game Pass. I was a little skeptical of Game Pass at first, but it kills it as far as I'm concerned. There's been several games where I'm like, hey, man, I really want to pay that, but I don't want to drop $60 right now. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I have Game Pass. Let's see if it's on there. And sure enough, there it is. I was like, 76 has been out for 2 years. I want to give it another try. I don't really want to pay $60 for it, though. Oh, yeah. I'll go download it. It's on Game Pass.
To have it there is, and just be like, hey, like you said, for some of these especially younger generations that they have to ask their mom and dad for a game. And the mom and dad are like, F to the no, I'm not paying $60 for that game. Yeah. A kid can be like, hey, just with my normal monthly subscription, I have 200 games that I can just choose from and be like, oh, I don't have to ask mom for games for Christmas anymore. I got an entire list right here.
Yeah.
I wish I had that as a kid. I bet I speak for everybody in this group is if you had that as a kid, how much money would your parents have saved? Or, you wouldn't get a slap to the face stop asking.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, games weren't $60 either.
True.
That's true. Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
I feel that too.
Probably me and Zombie, we're probably 30 plus. Games for us, the max price we paid was $20 to $30.
Yeah, $10 if we were nice.
Yeah. And these were AAA titles. you all growing up now, you all got to spend anywhere between 60 being the low end to almost $200.
120.
Yeah, 120 for the gold
that.
edition. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's only going to get worse as far as price because with the new generation of consoles coming out, because of the hardware that is needed for the designers to make these games, their games are going up to $70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I
it's
used to
only
have a
going to go
GameCube.
higher.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't be surprised if when my daughter comes of age and she starts playing games that she'll be spending $100 minimum on a game that she wants to play.
Yeah, my daughter plays Minecraft like it's nobody's business. So
Oh, my daughter's a tomboy, so she's usually
There you go.
outside kicking mud.
that's fair.
the biggest reason that I can think of, besides like all the hardware updates to the consoles that are increasing prices of games, they're also wanting to make their consoles more out there for everybody. I mean, what was it when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out? Wasn't it like $600 to $700 for a console? Now what is it? $400-$500 for a console with this upcoming generation. So they're lessening the price of their consoles, but in doing so, they got to up the prices of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And that's
consumer demand.
yeah. I mean, that's another benefit of things like the Game Pass is Microsoft especially is moving more towards subscription services. Lots of companies are. They can take a loss on the hardware because they know they've got you on the hook for what is Game Pass? You can probably pick it up for
15.
$30 for 3 months if
Yeah.
you're I mean, so yeah, that's a couple $150 they get out of you for a year for 5 years out of the lifespan of the console. So
Hey, Scott, I don't know if you are aware of this, but for PS4, Xbox, and I think the Switch, there are adapters that you can go out and buy to change a controller to work on any console now. So you do not have to use an Xbox on an Xbox, a PS4 on a PS4. It's endless now. You can switch it out if you really want to.
Let alone, I mean, I would like to think that when you look at the new PlayStation 5 controllers, don't they kind of start to transition into what we're seeing with like the Pro controllers for the Switch or Xbox controllers? They kind of have the same format, almost. Like every controller is starting to become similar in a way. It's just what
something like that.
It's almost just like what you want for a console is what is going to be the ultimate decider, not necessarily the controller.
No.
yeah.
Because, I mean, I agree with Scott. The whole reason I play Xbox is for the controller. It just fits my hands better. I mean, I have to get custom-made controllers every 6 to 8 months just for my hands, because I'm a competitive player. So I got to have those. So it's all what comes down to the customization. Where can you get the most customization that'll make you a better player?
Yeah.
True.
Just like I want to get the pistol grips for my my controllers, but I have to actually take them to a gun designer to get them. But he said he could do it. There's endless options to your controllers and the way you game. If it's comfortable for you, it's comfortable for you, and you don't necessarily have to go out and mod your controller to say, or in a technical term, cheat. Scuff controllers, stuff like that. There's options where you can limit to what it's doing. That way, it's not classified as cheating.
True story.
I mean, Moonlight, to kind of talk about Scuff there. I love Scuff. Scuff is probably my favorite one. Like, I have controllers in, like, their cases and stuff that I only use for competitiveness. Like, I still have some not even open out of the box that I will not touch for just normal gaming when streaming and stuff like that. And Scuff is insane.
Yes, they are. I will not use a Scuff controller on Call of Duty, though, because in my eyes, that's too much of an edge, and to me, that's cheating. And
I mean, the way gaming is going, I mean, growing up, you played a video game, you went over to your friend's house, you sat on the same couch, you just played a game to have some fun, just one-up each other. I know this name might trigger a lot of people, but Fortnite revolutionized the way gaming is anymore and took it to the next level, Every game is wanting to go competitive, not just with your friends on the couch, it's going worldwide, and so companies are coming out with keyboards, mouses, controllers, anything that they can to take your game to the next level and make it that much easier to just compete. I mean, that's just how gaming is anymore. I mean, Fallout 76, they've added the PvP aspect because they wanted people to fight. you can see just the trend of these casual games becoming more, how can we bring a competitive nature to it? I mean, Among Us is the most chill game out there, and you see these streamers raging at each other because they want to win. It's just that nature anymore.
Yep.
I'm really pumped. So I played Fallout 76 pre-alpha, pre-beta. I got codes for it, so I was pretty much ground floor when they were putting it out. And the amount of glitches and stuff that are still there from when they first made the game is actually ridiculous, and that's why I agree with the whole Bethesda's going kind of downhill. But I think, and I hope and pray that with the Microsoft buyout, it'll be better, because I feel like everyone's like, oh well, Microsoft doesn't care, but they really do. Like, we got this Game Pass for what? Ultimate Game Pass is $14.99 a month.
Yeah.
For everything, for over 200 games. You know what I mean? Like, that's they give it. They care. You know,
Wink,
and
wink,
I
if
think
you want to come play No Man's Sky with me, I got Game Pass. Come on.
Ahmad, ban Tekken 9.6.
I got it. Oh, you got it. Okay.
But one thing to kind of add on with what Zombie was saying about Microsoft caring. I mean, Halo Infinite was supposed to release this like holiday season,
like November, right?
November, around the same time that consoles were,
Yeah.
And when they started seeing the feedback of the graphics that they had been promising people, that it wasn't living up to the name, they're like, okay, here we go. We told 343 Industries, like Microsoft and 343 Industries realized that and are like, they've now delayed the launch date to 2021 because they're like, we hear you guys and we want to give you the game that you guys deserve. Here we're going to give us a little bit more time to get it right for you guys.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact
what I'm nervous about.
Go ahead.
No, you go. I've been talking. You talk.
Like Cookie Monster said, 2018 Among Us came out. That's 2 years ago, and it just now blew up. Like, what got it there is what I'm wondering about. I didn't know this game existed until 2 weeks ago.
Simple
I gotta be honest.
COVID.
Fall Guys. Okay. I was gonna say Fall Guys. I think Fall Guys brought it there. I think that because they're kind of shaped the same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, like you have so many party games out there that everybody wants to play, but Among Us, again, 2018 game that just blew up recently, and honestly, as much as we can trash talk COVID, as far as a gamer, it's been a dream. Like content creators, gamers in general, these games that didn't have the light of day back 2 years ago are all of a sudden making their light because people just want to have fun with their friends. A party game, a simple murder mystery like Among Us. They just want to go have some fun. So people are going through the dark web trying to find something to do. And Among Us was one of those games.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I am worried about with this Bethesda deal is Elder Scrolls Online. I'm an avid player. Like, I have a guild. I play every day. I'm worried about that. Like, obviously, they're saying they're going to keep it on PlayStation as well because it's already been there, and they make so much money off of PlayStation with that. I kind of hope that they will cross-platform or, like, game share it. Like, you can pull your Microsoft stuff to your actual account for Bethesda so that you can like use your Xbox characters on computer. I feel like that'd be dope.
Well, that's one thing that they announced at E3, I believe it was last year. They're calling it the cloud, where basically like bringing back they want to make it playable for everybody on no matter what platform you're on. They're building a thing called the cloud where they want to see everybody, no matter what platform you play on for Microsoft, you have access to games on your Xbox if you're on PC, or vice versa, and then even down onto your mobile, you have access to everything just via the cloud. All your games, all your characters, all connected.
Well, I'm saying I have ESO from Steam, but I can't play. I had to start a whole new character when when I got it on Steam. I'm talking about them getting it so that I can take my Xbox character and throw it into my Steam world kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That will have to be more on the back ends between Microsoft and Steam, though, because Steam, and that's something that I would imagine if they were able to pull this deal off and say we're going to start making this work with Bethesda and ZeniMax and everything like that. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there's already talk in the works, because my Xbox is always going above and beyond to make sure that the game is playable on every platform. That's one thing they want. And so it wouldn't surprise me if they've already got something in the works. Just haven't been able to talk about it yet. If they don't, man, they're behind.
Royal, that's exactly what I was talking about. Right there. You get it.
Exactly, yep. I mean, and as much as I'm not a big Destiny fan, but Destiny has made some strides as far as, with that cross-play character that a lot of games out there, like Elder Scrolls Online, need to incorporate.
Yep. But at the same time, like, it's hard for... ESO is a huge game. You gotta think of that, too. Like, ESO is basically WoW. As like a game size, not really like. I mean, it's kind of the same game, but it's not.
It's an ever-changing game too. It doesn't stay the same from 1 month to the next.
So like, being able to add like your, now because they're with Microsoft, your Xbox characters, your Xbox tunes onto your computer would probably be really difficult because there are some games that Microsoft has that you can't play on PC. There's a few. There's a lot. Like it's not all of them that they brought over to PC. It's like Gears 5 you can, Fallout I'm pretty sure you can, even though they have a Bethesda launcher. Like there's certain games that you can't do that with. So like I'm sure they're not gonna put every single game as PC cross, as like PC compatible. Because that'd be a waste of money. That'd be a waste of money for everybody. Bethesda wouldn't make any money out of that. And Microsoft wouldn't either, because if you've already bought it on your Xbox, then you get to have it on your computer. They're going to lose money that way.
Right.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Rocket League, Rocket League is they did that smart because they were planning on doing that 4 years ago, and they didn't because they wanted to capture the market when it was hot. And right now, because of COVID and everyone being inside, market's hot. So let's start dropping silly things.
Let's drop it out, yeah.
I
mean, and let alone one thing that I absolutely love that people can probably hate me on, like free-to-play games that just give you a whole bunch of cosmetic items, like Rocket League, Fall Guys, for example, like free games that just give you the chance to just ball out with your character and have some fun with it. Dude, that's where the market's hot anymore. I mean.
Yeah.
Again, name that Skull's gonna kill me on is Fortnite started it. They gave out the free game and gave you just the ways to change it.
But now you got to think though. So like, if it's like a completely free game, then they're making money off the downloads, not the actual game itself. You know what I mean? So they're making money off of, we're gonna download this extra thing that's free because they get the let's say they get like $10 a download or something, you know what I mean, like just something silly like that.
Right. What happened to the camera? Jay, where it go off?
Yeah, I think it disconnected.
Hey, sorry about that, guys.
Why am I? There's two.
My Discord restarted for some reason. My bad.
Right.
That was weird.
Technical difficulties.
I blame Discord in this one, okay? I'm literally just listening to Zombie. All of a sudden, my Discord crashes and relaunches. Like, okay, hi everybody, I'm back.
I blame it because you said Fortnite too many times.
Probably. Yeah, that's probably it.
One too many times of the F word. That's the new F word, guys. Yeah, Ark's crossplay now too. That's a good point, Royal. Ark's crossplay now too. Think of how much money they're making on just the download alone.
Oh yeah.
Why are you behind everything?
Because I'm a ghost.
There we go.
Wouldn't you be inside everything at that point?
Nah, we're pushing it there. That's.
Oh, okay. Wait. So are you a zombie or a ghost? I can't tell.
Well, I mean, you can actually see. Well, besides the fact that I'm pasty white because of the light, but like, I'm a zombie.
Okay.
I love getting random text messages from my health insurance company that I don't ask for. That's my favorite. Don't talk to me.
There's the ghost.
Of Christmas past.
Casper
Ooh,
the ghost.
Scary.
Casper.
Dude, Casper, are you friend? Can you be my friendly? Can you be my friend? I need a friend this Christmas.
I need a friend this Christmas.
Oh no, Rabbit! I love your statement there because he meant shit faced as I had my very first drink of alcohol. I think it was last week. I'm 22. I've never had alcohol before, and so that was probably the funniest scene that most people have ever seen me do because I was doing it live on stream, and that was the weirdest, craziest thing.
Be careful doing that on Twitch because that can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
It depends. Like it depends on how you do it. Because like I only had the one can of Mike's hard lemonade. That's it.
Oh man, you went big balling right there.
Yeah. I mean, if you've never had it before, that's enough.
Dude, by about that last fourth of the can, all I could taste was just straight alcohol. I was having a hard time drinking it. I was like, all right,
yeah.
Craziest thing.
Royal Rabbit, thank you for the follow.
Loco.
Oh yeah, you'd be gone.
Dude, I heard about those from Achievement Hunter, dude. I'm like, I want to, but I don't want to. I'm terrified.
Yeah, I'm good. You know what? I can't drink no more. There's a drink. It's I don't know if y'all know it. Skulls, you might know it. Do you remember Mad Dog 2020?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm about to fall out of my chair right now.
Yeah, bro.
I survived 2020 once. I'll do it again.
This is the Wave 3. Yeah, I love this thing so much.
Twisted Teas are a lot easier to get through. My brother loves Twisted Teas, and then for the first time I had ever drank, I was very terrified and nervous to do it. Like, I didn't know what to drink. I didn't know what was good because I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm going to spend all this money on something and be like, one drink. I'm like, I can't drink that. That's disgusting. So I'm not joking. I was in a FaceTime for like 2 hours with my brother. He was going through the list of all these like light alcohol drinks that would be good. And I'm like, okay, I'll do this one.
Right.
That's fair.
So Syntax, you have the floor.
Oh man, I have found some cool news today. At least stuff that I'm excited for, and I found one that you'll probably actually be excited for if you didn't already know it. There's Skull. So we'll start with that, just because I know you picked this game up recently, so you may have more to say on this than I do. But No Man's Sky Origins update just launched today, and it is huge. So this is the tweet from Hello Games about No Man's Sky Origins. Billions of new planets, a UI revamp, binary stars, colossal buildings, firestorms, volcanoes, lightning, tornadoes, NPCs on planets, improved clouds, new fauna, multi-kilometer mountains, and sandworms. That sounds awesome.
Please tell me that the sandworms try to eat you, because if not, I don't want anything to do with this game.
I better be getting Tremors vibes from these sandworms, is all I gotta say.
That's what I was meaning.
Yeah. So I remember when No Man's Sky launched, I pre-ordered it, and it wouldn't run on my computer because it was a potato, and the chipset I had didn't support some of the instructions. They patched that, and then it still just didn't run very well. It was poorly optimized, and there was not any of the stuff that they promised. I think those of us that were into No Man's Sky or excited about it back then probably remember that launch. They have done everything they can to make us forget about that and forgive them for that. And I will gladly say that Hello Games has knocked it out of the park with No Man's Sky. I haven't played a ton of it, but the bit that I have played is, I mean, it's a stellar game as far as sandboxes go. And I have it in PSVR, and that is a fun VR experience. So I'm excited to jump back in and check out this new update. I know Split Skull's stoked about this update too. So
give me 1 second and I will pull it back up. Something just happened to the browser source, so.
I mean, I have to agree. When I played No Man's Sky when it first came out, and I mean, I only got through the first world, and I was like, nah, I'm bored. I can't do this anymore. It's just not what they said it was going to be. It didn't have that vibe.
Yeah.
And I mean, hearing some of these updates, I'm like, okay, it might be time to hop back in a spaceship and give it another chance. You know, like if I do that, you know, I don't know if you guys do this. When you play a game and it just doesn't live up to the hype, you guys delete it, and then if you decide to give it another shot, you guys create a whole new character, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I'm just going to start fresh and learn it all again.
Right.
It's all platforms, Scott, or I believe so.
Yeah.
Anyways, at least
Yes,
PS4,
it is.
Xbox, and PC.
I know for sure it's on the Game Pass, so,
Yeah.
but I don't know what other platforms it's on. Like, I think it's on Steam. I think it's available
Yeah.
for PlayStation. I don't know about Switch, though.
I don't think so. That's a good question. Let's see.
Alright, so
But yeah, I mean, yeah, when the game came out, I mean, it was pretty barren. I mean, that's kind of the gist of it. But now they've done a great job of it, and I mean, like Hello Games is one of those. They were an underdog. Like we're talking about, I forget the lead guy's name, but he came from like EA, one of the big companies, and he left because he wanted to make good games that were not, not there to please the stockholders, right? He wanted to make good games for gamers. And when the game came out, I think a lot of what happened was Sony kind of like got behind him and were like, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna hype this up. We see the hype behind this game. Like, let's push this." And they pushed him to release it early. I think they pushed him to release it before it was done, and that really hurt the game right off the bat because I know lots of people refunded their pre-orders like I did. And
yeah, they did.
but I went back and bought it after I see that they were actually willing to put effort in this game. And I don't even know if they've made any other games yet, and they are still right in.
Not yet.
Yeah, Sean Murray. That's the guy who runs Hello Games. Really charismatic guy, and I mean he's seen some stuff in the past few years. He's gotten a lot of hate, but I think they deserve every bit of recognition for kind of pulling out of the original state of this game and turning it into something really, really awesome. They finally, I mean, really within like the first update or two, they started really delivering on promises with huge updates. All of their updates have been massive updates, and they continue to kill it. So kudos to Hello Games for showing us what a developer for the gamers is really all about.
Yeah, like when this game originally came out, it was in the dirt. There were so many lies, so many different aspects that we were promised that we never got, and they ended up getting sued so bad.
Yeah.
For that, and I put the game aside for a good year and a half because it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what they told me that it was going to be. And then I started reading up on this game and the news and the information and how they just completely did a 360-degree pull it out of your butt and get it back to where it was and where it was supposed to be from the beginning. And like this trailer, the graphics, it looks like there's going to be a graphics overhaul, a lot more HD definition on it, definitely a lot more planets. This right here, this is kind of the most important thing to me right
Dropping
here.
frames, by the way, like it's completely frozen.
Yeah, it's probably because of that darn video.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second.
Yeah, that trailer kind of killed it.
Yep. Kind of figured it would. So we gonna just exit out of there. See if it'll give it back to me. Come on. Come on.
It happens.
Looks like it's starting to catch up.
Sure too. Hi, chat.
Cool. Sounds good. Hey, chat. How's everybody doing?
Hello, hello. I don't pee. I'm a zombie. I'm just kidding. I pee.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here. Yeah, that's not something I do. What mic are you running with? Everybody. What mics are we all going with?
Hold up. I know mine's Razer. I can't remember the name of it. Hold up. Let me go grab a box.
Well, while he's doing that,
My bad. I kicked something that was not supposed to be kicked.
so my setup, I've got a Mackie mixing board, and then I have I use XLR microphones. So I'm actually using a Pile PDMIC 78, and this is a $15 microphone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
There you go.
I made it.
I was using a condenser microphone before, but it was picking up too much background noise from my keyboard and all that stuff. You can still get a little bit from this, but the pop filter and the mount actually costs more than the microphone itself. But I got this. This is useful for recording guitar and stuff too. But I really have come to like the way that it sounds on the voice front too. So
Nice. Razer Siren. Thanks, Royal.
It's the Razer Siren X, yeah. I used to use just one of those basic mics that, guitar people, use to record. They put the mic down next to it or, record their voice. Just it's more for just music quality rather than anything. And then Razer decided to team up with me for this and send it out to me, give it a try. And so it's been my favorite mic so far, just clean. So
Fair enough. I really, really love my Wave 3. It's my favorite.
I've heard the Wave 3 is really good.
Oh, man.
I would love to maybe get one of those, at least try it.
It's cheap, man. It's only
yeah.
what did it say? $159, I think.
yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
that's not bad.
Seems
Yeah,
like
Wave-
really nice hardware.
The
It
Wave
sounds
1
great.
is only $129, and so here's the difference. The Wave 3, you get the little button in the front where you can turn things on your here instead of using the program.
Yeah,
But
some audio
you
tuners.
still get the program regardless. So using the Wave 1 is literally the same thing, but instead of hitting this thing, because you can hear this, you know what I mean? This clicks. So they're just that just would minimize that completely, and it's really nice. I think it's great. I think everybody needs it.
Well, I went from a scale of 0 to 100 in a matter of 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
HyperX is a really good company as well. I do like them. That's probably where I'm looking for a new headset in the future, is with them.
I'm rocking the SteelSeries Arctis 3.
I just got earbuds.
I've got the stream pulled up. It's not on your end. That might have just been a quick hiccup in Twitch, because I've had that happen to me in my streams before, where it's not on your end, just Twitch has a hiccup. Happens. Streamers, we have all sorts of the technical difficulties that nobody else understands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that record videos, man, you get to play around with that, and we're we get to deal with it on the fly.
Yep. Screw it. We'll do it live.
Okay. Yeah, I think my first two mics were 35 and 40. I didn't spend a lot of money on mics. And then I found an old mixer on eBay for $20, so I bought it.
Yeah. I do music stuff as well, so I had some of this gear already sitting around, so it was nice to be able to use that for something else.
Well, there you go. That's cool.
I got a couple more. Yeah.
You shouldn't let him talk, Skull.
No, that's all right. We definitely got our No Man's Sky out. So this I got two more little pieces of news here. I'll save my favorite for last. So it looks like ex Blizzard boss Mike Morhaime has founded a new studio, Dreamhaven. So Morhaime, he stepped down from Blizzard in 2018. So he's formed a studio, and he's got developers that worked on titles such as Command & Conquer, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm. We've got some StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3 developers in this. So we've got some people that left Blizzard, went to another studio, and are going to be working on some new games. So I will be following Dreamhaven very closely to see what they come up with, because I bet it's going to be good.
Mic check.
Check.
Bowie, can you hear me
No,
now?
he might be muted.
Mike.
Make sure you're not muted on your OBS, like your specific mic itself, because the Discord chat, like listening to the stream back, is fine. Us three, it might be your specific mic on your OBS.
Oh yeah, they said top left is muted.
Yeah. There's a lot of games coming out this holiday season that I'm just excited for. I mean, I can't remember. I can't remember what the game was called. It's like this single guy who's been making it all by himself, and it's coming out December, and it reminds me of a game that I saw where it's like you're this Firewatch. You played that game, Firewatch, or ever heard of it?
I watched the playthrough. It was great.
So it's basically like that, but it's all made by a single person, and it's kind of twisted into its own way. It looks so good, and I'm like, I cannot wait for it to launch in Steam. It's just one of those games that I'm just like, I love story-driven games, even if it's just a simple, I just walk around and enjoy the surroundings. It's just so much fun to look at those games.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. I wish I could remember what it was called. But yeah, when I saw made by, the same dude that did Firewatch, I was like, yep, sold.
So, my question being, are we going to see more games like World of Warcraft, Diablo, and stuff like that?
The thing about World of Warcraft that I think of is the way Blizzard went with it is I just feel like they can't reset the game and just create a World of Warcraft 2 or something like that. I think that just because of what they've done, they just have to keep diving deeper into the game. So I don't think we'll necessarily see a new game like that as far as from Blizzard's end. Just because they've dove too deep into that pool. They got to stay in there. They can't come out now. But Diablo is definitely something still up for grabs that I think they could throw on. I love dungeon games. I mean, Minecraft Dungeons threw that really well. I mean, I don't know if you guys have played it, but I love that game. I know a lot of my viewers love it.
Minecraft Dungeons is great.
Oh yeah, it's so good, and so like, and seeing the love for a dungeon game like that I didn't see previously. If the creators of Diablo or another good company out there doesn't follow in suit and say, let's create another great dungeon game, someone's missing something. Someone's missing the mark here, because it's needed. It's what the community wants.
Nothing happened. I just pressed a button.
I'm pressing buttons that I don't know what they do. Could be launching nukes. Could be making noises. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Well, we can still hear you. Your camera's still here, so
Yeah.
if it's anything else, oh well.
No, I just pressed a button. That's all.
All right. So the last bit I have, and there's not a ton of information about this yet, but let me see. Where did that article go? So we actually got kind of a little bit of two pieces of information here. So probably my all-time favorite game. Oh, I accept your cookies. Get off my page, even though I don't really. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid is apparently rumored to be getting a remake for the PS5, and that, as I alluded to earlier, that is the title that will absolutely get me to buy a PS5. So Well done, Sony. You've sold it. Metal Gear Solid, definitely my favorite game of all time. Not only are they doing it sounds like it's going to be a remake of Metal Gear Solid 5, so hopefully they do it right. But then also a remaster of Metal Gear Solid 2 and also maybe 3 and 4, which I know people in the Metal Gear community have been kind of itching for a place to play all of the games at once. Like right now on the PS4, you can play them through PS Now, which you're streaming it from a server, so it's not the best experience. But or if you have a PS3, you can play everything through Metal Gear Solid 4. Well, you could play 5, I think, too. But on the PS4, there's no way to play all of the games. So if they pull those off with great remasters on the PS5, that's an easy sell for me.
That's fair. I accept all cookies too because I eat them.
Yeah.
They're accepted.
Oh, okay. So they put Fallout 76 on Game Pass for the Windows too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So anything with Xbox Game Pass will be playable on PC,
Both.
will be played on Xbox, and
Okay,
then as they start rolling things out into the cloud, you'll start seeing some games out there for mobile.
I'm sorry, that was super random. I'm just looking at Game Pass right now. I apologize.
Oh, so
Like that was hella random. I'm stupid, and I was just like, oh, look at that. Okay.
I'll reiterate this for anybody that doesn't know. We're content creators. We're streamers. We go random all the freaking time.
Oh yeah.
There is no planned script ahead. We just let's talk about this. Okay, now throw the sheets out the air as soon as we go live.
Yep.
It's more or less that I'm looking. I was trying to find Minecraft Dungeons because I had it and I didn't have Game Pass. I just got it back, so I wanted to download it again so I could play it because that game was great.
Oh yeah.
So
go ahead, Skull. Sorry.
yeah, going off of the remakes and stuff. There is one game I would love to see either remade, redone, or a complete new version of it. And that's
I'm ready.
Twisted Metal.
Yes.
Yes. But I want it to be for
yeah.
Xbox as well. Like I need it to be
sure.
for
Yeah.
Xbox.
Cross-platform everything. Some
Oh my
kid wants to
gosh.
play it on their Twitch. Yeah, let's play it on Twitch.
Yes, please.
Your
That-
Nintendo
I thought-
Switch or your phone or whatever. Make it to where everybody can play it.
They need to be here's my opinion on remakes. Remakes are skeptical in at best because people come to latch onto the game in itself, the original game, and they just love it. So when companies say we're going to remake it or remaster it, people are like, you better be careful because you don't want to butcher what we love. And one game that knocked it out of the park with their remaster and remake was Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
They that game holds such a big part in my heart that when they said they're remaking it, I was like, no, don't do it. Then watching a gameplay walkthrough of it, I was like, oh my god, they killed it. And there's still 3 more parts to be coming out, I think. I think 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say I loved everything about it except for the combat. The combat was a little iffy for me, but it wasn't bad.
Parts.
Yeah, it was more like you had to think about parrying and blocking and stuff like that. And I just want to pick spells and stuff and just
Yeah.
I don't want the action part of it. But for the most part, you get used to it as you play the game. But
That's why I didn't get into Final Destiny.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy has always been one of the and same with Kingdom Hearts. I don't know about you guys, but those 2 games are just the storylines are so just out there and just because they don't necessarily keep them in a direct order. It's where are we in the timeline? What am I doing in this particular place?
Kingdom Hearts though.
Especially.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts. I don't like the combat system in it, but I love the story.
Combat system is trash,
Oh,
Yeah.
but Kingdom Hearts is great.
My wife is a big Kingdom Hearts fan. She begged and begged and begged for probably 6 months after we found out the 3rd one was coming for me to buy it for her. And I'm sitting there going, no, because then I won't be able to play games. And
Right.
I won't have my TV and all this other stuff, and she's like, "You buy me that game, you can buy 2 more monitors."
You're like,
Hey, when she did that, I'm like, "Yeah, you ain't got to tell me twice." So I went pre-ordered the most expensive copy that I could find, and like got her all that stuff. I even got her the key, the book bag, I got her everything, just to make it feel right, because
Legit.
monitors are anywhere between $150 to $200 depending on what you want, and I'm like,
yeah.
if I'm going to spend that much money on myself, then I need to spend some money on her, and that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
I had a nice little job. And like now, if she was to tell me, "Oh, Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out, in 2 months, go buy it for me," I'm like, "Yeah, you're funny. You got a job, I don't."
Hopefully you get 2 more monitors.
Well, you're gonna have to buy me a new computer for that one, because I can only do 4. No, but yeah,
I like
mean,
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 are my shit. Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Things.
that definitely about compromise and daily stuff for gamers.
Oh yeah. The relationships that I see of like I'm just gonna use one of the ones that I see the most of, Dr. Lupo and his wife. If you guys see those guys, how they interact with each other, I'm like, that's hilarious, but it's also like a perfect way to like balance a relationship, a family, and being a gamer, a full-time streamer like that. Like, if there's not a single streamer out there that doesn't strive to have a relationship like that, I don't know what you guys want in a relationship, but that is like iconic right there.
Yep. Yep, it is.
All right. Any main topics we want to hit the floor with? All right. Chat, go ahead with any and all questions that you would like to have answered. We will do the best that we can to answer them. If we don't know the answer, we will Google it.
No, we won't Google it. We're all PhD scientists out here. We have the answer.
Yes, I have the answer at my fingertips. I mean, my brain.
We have a
The answer is
PhD
always
in
3.
Google.
Yes, that I do.
I do have my bachelor's in science, so I mean.
I don't have a bachelor. I don't have a degree.
I've been a cook since
Me neither.
I was 14 years old. I don't need a degree.
I dropped out of college like 2017 because I was like, streaming started going the right way. I was like, frick school. I'm going over here where I can play games.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's a tirade I could go on, but I don't know if this is the podcast for it. So
Definitely not. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure if we all started getting into our background stories of how we started becoming like content creators and stuff like that, we could be here for the next 10 hours, and it would just be a blast.
I mean, you could like simplify it a bit. It doesn't gotta be crazy.
Is there ever a story for a content creator that just says, "Oh, I just picked up a controller and started streaming, and there it goes"? Like, I think every streamer out there has like a background of like you gotta explain it in some way.
I have a really simple why I started streaming story because.
All right, so we got a first question real fast. I'm gonna step away from that one because that could be more religious, and yeah,
What's the meaning of life?
I got this one. Okay, I'll take this question. It's 42.
Yep, there you go. Or yeah, I think I pointed the right way.
The new COD coming out.
If
I'll step
you guys
back.
have thoughts on it,
Because I'm not a COD player.
Yeah,
I think
COD?
it's gonna
I
be
love the
good
new
and
COD.
bad.
I'm gonna give this one to Zombie.
I think why? Oh, because I play COD like non-stop and
Well,
angry.
I
You
love
play it
COD.
more than me, so
All right. Well, okay. So listen. So you got to think that COD has gone from, let's say, we'll start with Black Ops, the first one, right? Because it's another Black Ops. I'm pretty sure. Like, isn't that what the plan is?
Cold War.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So they went from Black Ops 1, which was basically nothing, but it was great. Black Ops 2, which brought in not shoot house, firing range, a couple, some other stuff. They got World at War, which brought in zombies. What else? Black Ops 3 was trash. Personally, I think it was garbage. I did not like jetpacks, and listen, if you're gonna play a game with jetpacks, just play Titanfall. Titanfall's a great game.
Amen. Amen.
Titanfall's a great game. T2 is one of the best games I've ever played, and I'm actually kind of good at it.
Is that like the space one?
No, it's just you have robots.
Take Apex Legends. That's basically what it is, just not competitive. It's just.
I meant that was the Call of Duty that they were in space or whatever.
That's
Infinite War. Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare with the clown zombies and stuff. That was also garbage, and it scared me and gave me nightmares.
That was bad zombies.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna pop up something for Cold War for myself, just so I could talk about it more. And not.
Wait, have you not seen any of the releases on Cold War?
Me, I've seen a bunch, but like I have a really garbage memory.
Oh, okay. I was like, the COD guy. I love COD. I love it.
I'm in the process of writing a cookbook, and I'm also like working a lot. And I was a cook, and now I'm security. So like my brain does not know what to stop at.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Campaign I saw that looks pretty cool. I like the gunplay in this one, man. I don't know. M4 looks nice. They brought back like the MP5, I think, or something. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, AK-47, the AK-47 is also back.
They're also going to have Warzone, which I'm actually kind of concerned about that. Like, I don't know if they're going to put it in Cold War map,
or if they're going to.
Huh?
I can answer that one. They talked about it in a broadcast, but finish up what you're doing, then I'll talk about Warzone.
All right, so I'm gonna continue with Warzone just because that's where we were. So I think that if they put it in Cold War, they should have it in a Cold War map. They should not put it for Modern Warfare, because that wouldn't make any sense to me. Like if you're gonna keep it, then update it with the game that you just put out. You know what I mean? That's for me, that makes sense. And zombies, I will always play zombies forever because that's kind of my shit, right? I'm zombie
I'm
dance.
trash at zombie games, so I mean,
I love them. It's the whole reason I get a Call of Duty game is for zombies, beating those Easter eggs. I love it. I love it.
Black Ops 4, I feel like has a great zombie. I don't know. I like I don't really do all the story mode stuff for it though. Like I just see how far I can get. I'm not into that. Like I don't care about the campaign for a zombie mode. Like just let us shoot things.
Did great for survival things. Not that good for the Easter eggs. It did great for survival.
Like let us. If you're gonna put zombies into, like obviously they are, so they're gonna put zombies into that. Then let us just have it how far we can get until everything crashes and we just lose.
So the way they wanted to go with zombies is they tailored it to everybody, the different masses. Like there's a huge mass that likes to just push the rounds and see who can survive the longest. But then there's also those communities that, like me, that love the stories, the intricate designs. Because each Easter egg is a puzzle. Like you have to solve a puzzle in a certain step in order to get the storyline. So it's a puzzle in itself as well as surviving in the game.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm really picky when it comes to zombies, man. I need to like get in there, find some guns, just blow some stuff up. You know, that's where I'm at. But I'm actually looking forward to COD. I won't be getting it for a while. I'm gonna wait, and I have a car payment and stuff, so like I have to kind of not be stupid with my money right now. So like I can't buy it. So I'm gonna wait for like a month or two when it comes out, and then I'm gonna buy it.
So as far as Warzone goes in the new COD that's going to be going, they talked about this, and I think it's interesting, but I also am very worried about it because what's happening is Infinity Ward is passing the reins over to Treyarch, and Treyarch takes over. What they've announced is they are going to turn it into a Cold War setting. That it hinted at a new map, so there's going to be a new map. All the current characters and weapons that you have in Warzone will still be there and be able to be used. They will be adding, however, all new guns to match the Cold War game. So new characters, whole new weapons, but you can still use all your current Warzone stuff. But will they make tweaks to the weapons and how much damage they do? That's yet to be seen, of course, because we haven't touched it yet. But it's going to be all revamped into the Cold War setting, weapons, characters. Just the only thing that will remain the same is weapons and characters that are already unlocked with your Modern Warfare.
Black Ops 1 was... I liked World of War Zombies.
Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4 were my favorite.
Black Ops 4 zombies were really good. Like they really were. Like I think we got like the new style graphics from that. I feel like I personally think that's we got the newer style graphics from that. Like they made Black Ops 4.
As far as like I said, as far as the survival aspect, the mechanics that they put in for zombies in BO4 was great. It was if you wanted to go for high rounds, the mechanics were amazing. But as for an Easter egg person, the Easter egg steps that they did, the mechanics they did were really crap. Like it really made a struggle. Like most like diehard Easter egg players like me, you could beat an Easter egg in 20 rounds max, but now it's like because of some of the steps and mechanics that they put in, you had to go till round 50 before you could do a thing, and that made it very difficult. So it was a very weird way that they did it for the Easter eggs, but as far as the survival, they did great. But BO3 Zombies is probably my favorite. Just mechanics was great, in my opinion. Movement was great. I loved the perk system. The only thing I didn't like was Gobblegums. That was about it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, any of you guys play Rainbow Six Siege at all? I personally do not. I liked a couple of the Rainbow games back when I was younger. As I grew up, kind of started fading away from them because I started to notice that, even the books versus the games and all this other stuff, they weren't making a perfect combination. So I just stepped away from the whole entire generation of Rainbow Six. So I mean, they used to be good games for me, but as I grew up, I just got away from them because that's when I ended up discovering the books, the comics, and all that other stuff.
I play Rainbow Six Siege a little bit, not a lot, so not good, but I play a little bit.
So I've considered getting into it. It's kind of like a hardcore strategy shooter kind of thing, right? Is that right?
Take search and destroy and take it to 13 times the level of what you normally play, and you have Rainbow Six Siege. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not familiar with search and destroy, so.
So basically, it's a 5v5. You each get one life. Teams take turn on offense and defense. One team has to blow up the payload. One team has to defend it, and you only get one life. So you win a round by either killing the entire team or defending or blowing up the objective.
Oh,
That's
okay.
basically what it is. But it's taken that, like Rainbow Six Siege. I love it. I think it looks really good. I don't play it mainly because of the skill gap. When I jump into a game of Rainbow Six Siege, everybody's already so good at that game that for a new guy like me, it's rough to learn the game because the people that know the map like the back of their hand, they have all the pixel peaks on you. They know exactly how to pick you off. The guns, the characters all have their own special abilities that you kind of have to learn and know how they mix with your offense and defense situation. So I mean, it's a good game. I think it's really good. It's just if you're in for a grind, that's a good game for it because you can learn the game pretty fast because you're going to be going up against harder players. You can learn faster, but at the same time, if you're going to rage like me, as soon as you get shot 6 times, it's not a game to jump into, but it is definitely a really fun game. I love watching it on Twitch, seeing all these players go die hard on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I got from it, that it was like hardcore. You had to know you had to know what you were doing kind of thing, not a casual.
And there's also like FMJ, like you can shoot through walls. So if you hear a guy to your left and he's through a wall, you just turn and shoot through it and you can kill him. Like so that it's all about how you hear, how you communicate, what you see, knowing the angles that you can hold because you can do some serious damage.
And like these newer games, like that, people with like PTSD from military and stuff, it's advised to stay away from those games. So just you even telling me that you could shoot through a freaking wall and you got to pay attention to your ears and all this other stuff. To me, that's not a game I could play. I would probably start punching my TV.
Oh yeah,
or cowering under my desk because I can't handle those noises anymore.
Yeah, those games are like, for those of us that don't have PTSD, they're a lot of fun because they force us to use the senses that we don't normally use in a day. Like you have to really focus and do them. But like what Skull said, you take a game like that you're thrown back into those world settings that you don't want to be in. Yeah, I wouldn't want that for anybody else. Like
For sure.
you don't want to do that.
You know, like just like the game that eventually will come off of my desk, out of my folders, and into real life. Once I find the funding and the stuff to do it, I plan on bringing a real life military game into gaming. I just have to figure out how, when, where, funding, and all this other stuff. But like my game that I have in my mind and my vision is, you start out, you go to a recruiter, you get recruited, you go through all those processes, MEPS, physicals, basic, you die, you don't come back. If you want to continue
Start a new
to
game.
find something else, you have to literally start a new character, change your name, go back, redo it all, and then your promotions and all this other stuff, come within like 6 months games, and stuff like that. I want it to be as progressive and as realistic as possible. Now, would I be able to play something like that? Probably not, because my head won't let me. But that's a vision I've always had, is to bring a game like that out.
Yeah, that's a really cool
Sure,
concept.
I'm pretty sure all of us have family members, or like Skull, have served in the military and have something like that. But like, I hear stories from my grandpa who served in the Vietnam War, and he doesn't talk about it. Like, you have to get him drunk for him to even mention Vietnam. Like,
bless his soul. Bless his soul.
He was one of the people that came into Foxtrot Ridge after the fact. So I mean, he saw some shit out there, and excuse my language, but when you're talking military, you can't. There's no words to describe it. But what you said, Skull, I would love to play a game like that, because like I hear stories about that I'm like, I can't imagine even living through that. But to actually get a piece, even if it's just in a video game, just to get a piece of what they experience, I think would change the way people view military people. Because I think right now a lot of people are bashing on military people and what they do, but to be honest, what they do is amazing. Like I there's no amount of words that can say thank you to what they do. What they have done.
In my eyes, and you could probably call me biased or whatever, just because I served in the military. If you took a regular person from the military and then you set them down with somebody outside of the military and just got to learn and understand what they went through, then like everything would change, hopefully, for you. But like, if you took and got rid of the military and the police department and all this other stuff, there would not be no tomorrow. To me, that is how I feel. We will always have that one crazy person or that one crazy country. And I'm not saying names of countries or anything. I'm not trying to start a war on Facebook or Twitch or anything. But that's just the severe in reality of it. You take away the military, then you have another country that's like, oh, they're weak. We can go in them now. And, if I could do it again, I would, in a heartbeat, just to be able to protect my family, my friends, my kids, even strangers. At least I'm giving you all, and we are all giving you all that option to be able to do and be the person that you want to be the next day and the next day after that. But yeah, you take it out, then we can't promise you that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. There's literally no words to describe the gratitude towards the military that I have. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in this room, in this podcast, and probably in the chat can agree with that. What they do is unheard of. Like, those are things that I would never wish anybody to see or do. But somebody's got to do it, and they do it willingly because they care for their families, they care for their friends, they care for their country, and there's no words to say thank you to it.
True.
And to me,
oh yeah,
Rocky, thanks for that follow, buddy.
Whoa, Rocky.
To me, the best way to thank a service member or anybody that has military background or EMT background, firefighter background, police department background, you know, is you see a national, or you don't see, you hear a national anthem, you stand for it, you cross your heart, you know, all that other stuff, you know. Unless there is a reason for you to kneel, you know, there's plenty of reasons, you know, I'm not going to get into that, you know. Each person has their different opinion, but, you know, that's the best way I could say for anybody to thank us or appreciate what we did for them. You know, but other than that, you know, walking up to an old timer that's Vietnam or wherever, if he's still alive, shake his hand and say thanks. You know, that's the best way to do it. You know, or tell him, you know, we appreciate what you did. You know, that makes great strides to millions and millions of veterans that are homeless and depressed and suicidal and all this other stuff. You know, we lose a lot of help when we do that, and when we come back home, it's a different life than what we are used to. And you know, we get suicidal, a lot of us become homeless, and it's just a difference, and we don't know how to react to the real life versus what we went through and dealt with. So I mean, yeah, walking up to him, you know, you come up to me, shake my hand, and be like, thank you for what you did, you know, that's going to make me smile because I have somebody now that I know for a fact appreciates what I did for them. You know, and it's not a, how would I word that? It's not like I want to be thanked for it, because I know what I did is to benefit you all and my family. It's just, we feel that we got left out after we come home, because, you know, we lose a lot of government support, and then there's a lot of jobs that don't hire us because of our backgrounds and all this other stuff, so we just feel like we're not wanted now.
Which actually makes no sense. Like, you'd think that, like, you want to hire somebody that's been disciplined in that aspect. Yeah. Like, you know, like, hey, I'd want to hire you because you're clearly, you've been in the military for so and so many years. Like, obviously, you're going to stick to it. You know, I think that's stupid. And I my stepdad was in like the Navy or something back in the day. He fought against the Chinese. He was in submarines and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Navy. But you know,
they did nothing for him when he came back. Absolutely, and they still, like, before he died, it was just like nothing. He's like, they're gonna kill me. Nothing. They did nothing, and it's a wicked shame. Like, it's
so weird how reverse mentality it is. Like, when they're over there, they're over there fighting for our lives. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Skull, but they do a lot of things to try and keep you guys alive. They don't want to see you guys die. But then as soon as you come home, it's feed you to the wolves. Like, have fun.
So years, you know, I studied military and all that other stuff before I actually went into the military. I actually have a little over 16 years of military background due to ROTC in high school, middle school, college, and then actual military. But, you know, things I've come across is the military and the government do not want numbers of their own. So they tend to keep us as safe as possible, and which is a big striving thing, because you don't want to keep telling people that, you know, your dad, your brother, your mom, your sister, your little cousin had died overseas or anything. You know, they want to try and keep those numbers as low as possible to minimize the news and the phone calls and the door greets and all this other stuff, because it's sad news. We don't want sad news, you know. But, you know, it's a war, it's a combat, you know.
It's gonna happen.
It's not a guarantee. I could leave tomorrow and not come back the next week. So, if it's your time, it's your time, and that's where it's gonna happen. But yeah, they try to keep you as safe as possible.
Yeah, and then, like, you guys come home and you guys are fed to the wolves. Like, I have people in my community that I look at and I'm like they tell me stories of what happened when they come home. Like, how did they do their best to keep you that safe and just take care of you over there? But then when you come home, they just say goodbye. you're on your own, you know? It doesn't make sense to me because you guys are risking the ultimate sacrifice every single second you're out there, and then you come home and I mean, if you don't have the support you need from friends, family, or government, or anything like that, you're still facing the same sacrifice every day.
Yeah. If I was to walk out my house right now and just peer across the street, there is a homeless gentleman. He spent 40 years in the Marines. Bright young man. Not really young, but, he's still got the young mentality. But he was just thrown and cast out. Nobody wanted to hire him. He's been homeless for 22 years. Oh, and to me, that is just the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
And instead of the government focusing on whether or not take and take and take, why don't we start giving and giving and giving? So that, to me, is the best thing. But, Rocky, I agree wholeheartedly about what you said. We shouldn't have to deal with the political agenda on our sports or all of that. So I agree with you.
Like, I think that there's a reason that sports goes so political, and it's not like I agree with you guys. Sports should just be, hey, let's go out there, let's play some basketball. I mean, I grew up playing basketball. I mean, when you went out there, you stood for the flag or whatever, and then it was game time. You played the game, you went home. Got a little bit bloody and stuff like that. But at the same time, here's how I look at it. I think, yes, there shouldn't be this much political debate about it. But when all of our idols are in sports, they believe that it's like, and this is a belief from them, not us. Mm-hmm. They believe that it's them that have to make the stand instead of everybody else. Like, it comes down to going and voting and stuff like that in a sense. Right. And I mean, I think we should get away from political views, but just get away from those. But
I'm violating my own first rule.
We literally talked about this a couple hours ago.
We're all violating it, but I mean, when you get people that are as passionate about it as us,
The thing is it hasn't gotten, like, nobody's fighting. It's different.
Oh yeah, nobody's fighting. It's a great conversation. Like, going at each other's throats, agreed.
Yeah, but it's not.
I mean, we're all being parents.
Everyone's just talking.
We're all being adults about it, but to avoid...
We see each other's views and love it, yeah.
Right. To avoid it, we'll just...
to avoid going there.
Yeah. Switch the topic. I mean, we only got 10 more minutes.
Another, what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah. About 10 more minutes, and then we're going to hit somebody up on a raid. Anybody...
Raze hype?
Streaming for Raze right now?
Let's take a look.
I don't know.
No, but yeah, different aspects, different ideas, opinions, and stuff like that,
I know Rabbit mentioned this earlier in the chat. He talked about how he was on an esports team. He's on an esports team for Rainbow Six Siege. What are your guys, like you three? Because I know a bit about esports. I've competed and stuff like that. I'm looking to get back into it, but what do you guys think about it? Do you guys like esports? Do you guys think it's a great thing for gaming, or do you want to see it done away with?
I'm garbage, so that's why I just play MMOs. I don't really play a lot of competitive esports stuff.
So I don't follow esports much. I've kind of considered following it. I've never been super competitive at games. I don't ever play any one game long enough to become really good at it. So I don't really see myself competing in esports. Maybe the right game. But I think it's a great thing for the industry in general. I mean, it's, we talked about the F word earlier, and it really, it did a lot of good things for gaming. I mean, obviously there's probably some bad things too, but it took a lot of bigger steps into, like, normalizing gaming and making it popular. I mean, at least when I was
making it a career.
Especially making it a career. I mean, when I was younger, it was like, oh, you play video games, like, yeah, get a life, whatever. Like, and now everybody.
My community, come on.
What's that?
My community still. I go out and I'm wearing my merch or whatever, or something like that, and they're like, "The fuck? Go away! Go back to your hole!" And I'm like, "Okay, bye."
Yeah. But I mean, it's everybody. Not everybody, but games are, I don't know, cool now.
No, like
So
my parents always told me they knew. Well, I knew from the get go I was going to be some type of professional gamer. When I met my wife, I was a professional Magic player.
Yeah.
I loved MTG. I knew every aspect of it. If you tried putting that in front of me now, I'd probably laugh at everybody because I don't understand it anymore. There's so much that changed. But back when I was a kid, my mom and my dad, my brothers, grandmas, uncles, you ain't never gonna make no money gaming. You need to focus on something different. Find something
Yeah,
that you
doctor
will
or
make
something.
money at. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make money at this. 18 years old. I ain't even thought about college. I played Magic, and Magic is what paid for my college.
Wow.
nice.
I played a couple of tournaments every day that I could, and those checks were big. They kept coming, they got bigger, and
Yeah.
that paid for college. And thing that I told my grandma, right before she died was, "See, Grandma, gaming is what got me my education." But
Yeah, that's super cool.
I look at gaming, esports, or just gaming in general, because I come from a gaming background. I've the F word. I'll go ahead and be nice to Skull here. The F word. I competed in it for 2 years. I've traveled all over the United States competing and loving it, and wouldn't trade it for anything else. But one thing that I see, I don't know if you guys see it in your chat or just in your communities, like grandmas saying, you need to go get a better job, gaming's not doing it. I think gaming, if you do it correctly, like if you just do it to pass some time, like you got 10 minutes to kill, let me hop on and just do something real quick, it's good.
Right.
If you sacrifice the things that you need to be doing, like going out and going to work, sleeping, eating, the things that you need to do, that's where it becomes bad and something needs to change. Like just like any addiction, like drugs, drinking, smoking, anything. I know there's a smoker in here, don't take this the wrong way, but like if you are addicted to it and you sacrifice the things that you need to be doing, that's where things get bad. Anything can be bad if you sacrifice the things that need to be done. And so like esports, I think, was a good way to bring a light that gaming isn't as bad as everybody sees it is. If done the correct way, like what we do as a career as gamers and stuff like that, that is what changed the mentality for a lot of people, is it can be good.
Yeah. And I mean, like games for me, I started out with a controller in my hand as soon as I could hold it. My mom put me on Super Mario Brothers because she enjoyed it and she instilled that love in me. And I've played games my entire life. And the love of video games turned into a love for technology, and that put me where I am now career wise, and I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm finally starting to kind of actually get a gaming career going, and it's awesome. Like I think what we've seen over the last 5-10 years, especially with Twitch, and then the huge multiplayer games that we've got coming out, it's definitely changed the way people view video games and the way it's consumed as entertainment. Because I've always had the kind of mentality with video games, like especially for me, I've always loved single player games because it's no different than a book or a movie. It's just you get to interact with the story too. So,
Right.
That's
Yeah. And to me, if you're not into video games, and you had a long day at work, you had a fight with your boss, you had a car accident or something, you get home, you power up your Nintendo to your PlayStation, your PC, whatever. That's an escape. Even if you don't want to make a career out of it, it's an escape from life.
Yep. From the crappy parts of it.
Yeah, it makes a couple of hours fun, and you don't have to worry about nothing. It's there. It takes you away from reality. That's what I use it for. But I'm also in the midst of trying to make it as a career. One day I will eventually, as I grow, but it will always be that escape that I want out of my own reality and out of my own brain. Especially if it's VR. VR, you don't see nothing but the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, escape. Get a game. Even if it's a Game Boy. Heck, go as far back as the original Game Boy. Get to
I love my Game Boy.
play. The original games that started everything. It's an escape.
Apologize,
and
my
that's
Discord
what
reset
it's
again.
about. Oh, you're fine. But if you want that escape, gaming is a place to go. And there are some consoles that don't cost a lot. There are some consoles that cost a lot. Take my $10,000 computer. It costs a lot, but it's something I want, something that helps me get through everyday life, and I will push gaming and escape on everybody that I meet. That's because I believe in this stuff, and it helps. It really does.
Yeah, like there were so many times, like throughout growing up, I was bullied physically, mentally, and emotionally. Growing up, I cannot tell you the amount of times. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I came home, hopped on like Tekken or something like that, and just beat the living hell out of someone in a video game, and just felt better. It's like, okay, I'm good. Let's go to the next day. That's what it is. Is like it's a way to just relieve and especially like there's a thing out there where guys can't express their emotions like other people. We're supposed to be the rocks, the solids. Like no, you don't show emotion. So growing up, when you're told that, video games to me was the only way that I could express myself without other people seeing it.
Right. Mike Lit, thanks for that follow, buddy. I don't know why it didn't show up. Oh.
Woo!
I got like
Temptation.
50 million different windows on one screen, so it's probably hiding
that's
somewhere under there.
That's probably why it's all going crazy.
Yeah, oh my god, do you know how much window captures and overlays and everything just on one screen?
But you don't.
More that you can't count.
We're gonna have to condense that for you a little bit so that it doesn't cause those issues. Because there's no reason to do all that.
Yeah, no. We have. I'm gonna have Bowie reconfig the main overlay to get all of this on one thing, like minus the cameras. Because unfortunately, I don't know any other way to do the cameras, except for 4 different window captures to do it. And how the way we're doing that's to get to here.
That'll work, but like you can put all like this whole scene can go as like this whole scene
in the middle
can go into an overlay on Stream Elements and just be one thing, and then you copy the link as a capture instead.
Yeah.
Or a browser source. That way you don't have 15 windows open.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I'm not doing anything if you want me some help setting it up tonight. That way it's good.
I actually, after we end here, I have probably about 3 hours to deal with my new job and getting everything set up.
Oh, there you go. That's exciting, though.
Nice.
Kind of.
There's me who's GTFOing.
I'm staying because I have no life. It's actually like I have today and tomorrow off, so like
Yeah,
I'm just gonna game.
We can all get together as an on-site on how we want to project it further and continue further. And yes, get rid of all of the necessary or unnecessary RAM that it's taking from my computer, because
it's melting your computer.
Oh yeah, I got like 30 different things saying dropped frames, your RAM's bogging down, and I'm like, well, I know you can handle it for a couple more minutes, so just calm down.
I'll activate my green screen sometimes, because sometimes that I do it just kills my CPU and my RAM, and it's like
but yeah, I mean, whatever will help minimize the things that I need. That way, when I go to pop up that browser to show what we're talking about, have that information so people can read as well, as it would help. But unfortunately, this is all the time
The best.
we have today. Well, that's actually 2.5 hours. So 30 minutes longer than what we did last week.
I thought we started like 7 minutes. Wait. No, we started half an hour early. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. Oh, wow.
However, on the giveaway, I will probably be doing a
running out of that.
decal. It's probably one of the cheapest things on Raze right now, due to the fact that we did not get any donations today. We will still have a donation, but it will be a cheaper one. It won't exactly be.
I thought I saw a couple come in from John. I think there was one of them that was a $40 earlier.
Those were just tests.
Oh, those were tests. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to
That
figure out
makes
where
sense.
it went.
Thanks, Random John.
Thank you. Thank John, you a-hole.
Yeah, it still didn't show up exactly where I wanted it. So, but no, yeah. On the giveaways for future reference, the way we got our giveaway set up is it does not go into our pockets. It goes back into the community. It's one way for us to give back. So if you donate, you want information on that, that is all it is for, is to get what we technically can't really afford as individuals, especially during COVID.
Tied it up. What's up?
But yes. So
we make no money. We do this because we love you guys as a community. We want to give back to you guys and just have some fun, talk with you guys.
Agreed.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Fox. Copy.
Oh, but I don't think we mentioned it enough. Get some Raze right now.
You see
Yes.
me drinking it. But alright, guys, stick
Demand more
around.
raids.
Stick around with us, and we're gonna go raid somebody.
Make sure you guys check out Raze. Love it all. Hit the follow button so you guys don't miss on the podcast in the future. Don't do it. Don't miss out.
How are you? Nice.
I will donate a case. Okay.